Hello, I'm Jeff Crowhurst from Jim's Test and Tag in Fire Safety, Katherine, Northern Territory. I never thought that I would ever be in a franchise. It was one of the last things I thought I'd be doing, but never say never. It can change really quick and for a lot of different reasons. Probably the reason I ended up getting into this was that my younger brother actually bought into it over in Karratha, and through his purchasing of a operational franchise over there, realised that there wasn't the dangers that I thought there was in franchises, or not in the Jim's franchise anyway. He's operational and doing very well. I'd had 6 to 10 years of bad health and worked a very stressful high-level engineering construction business of my own that put me in hospital for a number of years in Melbourne, and came out of that with quite a change in attitude, I suppose, and ability of what I could actually carry out. So I was trying to find that thing that I could carry out and still maintain an income that supported, the lifestyle. And that's what brought me to also becoming a Jim's franchisor / franchisee for the NT. So in my days before, being a owner of a stressful business, I suppose you'd call it, or a high pressure business with 40 employees, my work-life balance at that point had got to a point where I didn't have a work-life balance. I was working over 100 hours a week, every week, year in, year out, and hence what I spoke about earlier with becoming unwell. But I used to like, fishing, hunting, motorbike riding, all sorts of things like that. And now I'm actually getting back to that. The boat's been back in the water, the Harley's out getting ridden on regular occasions with my wife Jeanette as well, and not so much on the hunting side, but that will come as well. So that work-life balance, I now control when I work, how I work, and who I work for, which is a really good place to be. I actually enjoy this. I thought it would be boring, and it's not. It's far from boring. It's you're meeting different people every day with different requirements of test and tag and fire safety, and helping them become compliant in their mostly businesses, some private, but 95% of it is business orientated, and I'm a business person, have been for over 20 years, so it's kept me in that world of business, not just sort of packing up and going and working for someone. I've been with the group just over 2 years, and those 2 years have been very fulfilling. There was certainly some challenges early on with learning this new language effectively. I also come on board during COVID, so I had to do my training remotely, which was a challenge for everyone that did that. I've since visited the training centre down at Jim's in Melbourne, and see that the need to actually carry that training out down there is imperative for franchisees to be well prepared for moving forward into an operational business. The income is certainly up to you as to how hard you want to work, but the income is above where I was as a managing director of my own business, because you pour all your money back into it in those sorts of business. This one, the other business was a high turnover in 4 or 5 million a year, but low profit margins versus the low cost to run a test and tag and fire safety business. So lower turnover but high profit margin, which is what we all want, is the bit left over at the end for ourselves. So in wrapping that up, I suppose I could have been a hell of a lot healthier if I had got into this sooner, I'd imagine, and not gone through the stressful high pressure business that I had prior to this one. But that's how things go in life, and that's how we end up where we end up. And I'm very happy to be part of the Jim's Test and Tag and Fire Safety Group. I think they're a great lot of people. There's a lot of support from all areas and people inside the organisation, and it should take me through to retirement and no problem at all.